President Biden's brother and son are both under investigation. Officials are looking into their business dealings overseas. CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge reports from Washington.
CBS News has learned that more than 150 transactions involving either Hunter or James Biden's global business affairs were flagged as concerning by U.S. banks for further review. Some of those concerns included large wire transfers.
This is the way it is.
After a nearly 3-year investigation, Republican Senator Chuck Grassley told CBS News he believes the president's younger brother James was instrumental in Hunter Biden's Chinese business ventures.
I think James Biden was very much a part of this.
James Biden has worked as an entrepreneur and recently in the healthcare industry.
We will focus on James Biden, the president's brother.
This week, Grassley released bank records indicating James Biden's company, the Lionhall Group, was paid directly by a Chinese-financed consulting firm.
These records come directly from the banks, no third party.
You're absolutely right.
In our interview, Grassley did not allege the Bidens broke the law, but he said it's concerning that both Hunter and James Biden were promised retainers for their China work totaling $165,000 a month in 2017, after Joe Biden left the vice presidency.
We have people with the Biden name dealing with Chinese business people that have a relationship through the Communist Party. I think it's very concerning.
This 2019 subpoena, verified by CBS News, shows federal investigators also sought Hunter and James Biden's business records from a major U.S. bank dating back to 2014 as part of a separate probe by the U.S. Attorney in Delaware into possible violations of tax and foreign lobbying laws.
I think Hunter and James Biden should not have entered into those relationships. In the best case, those things look really bad. In the worst case, the conflicts can be quite serious.
And Catherine Herridge joins me now with more from Washington. Hi there, Catherine. How have Hunter and James Biden's legal teams responded to this?
Well, Elaine, the most comprehensive statement we have is from the White House Chief of Staff, and that was earlier this week. And he said that the president is confident his family did the right thing, adding these actions by Hunter and James are private matters and don't involve the president. CBS News began outreach to James and Hunter's legal teams last week, but we have not had a response, Elaine.
Well, you reported U.S. banks flagged more than 150 transactions involving the Bidens. What more can you tell us about that?
Transactions can be flagged for a number of reasons, and often the banks, once they flag them, go to the account holders to see if they can clarify what the issue is. But transactions can be flagged for what's called layering, and that is when wire transfers go through a third party or another company before they reach their destination, and it's judged that it may be an effort to obscure the source of the money, and then also the recipient of those funds. Another is called velocity, and what that means is how quickly is money coming into account and then exiting the account. So, for example, a new account is set up, $1 million goes in, and then it's out the next day. $1 million. That's the kind of thing that would get a flag. In addition, using round numbers. So, for example, $50,000, $150,000, $350,000 versus $248,732. Which would sort of denote a very specific charge. And then finally, one of the most basic is that the explanation line in the wire transfer doesn't seem to explain the amount of money involved or the frequency of a transaction between two different accounts.
Well, Catherine, you also have some additional reporting on the U.S. Attorney's investigation in Delaware. Do we know anything more about testimony to the grand jury?
I think there are two significant developments our investigative team has found. First is we verified this subpoena from 2019 that shows the U.S. Attorney in Delaware sought banking records for Hunter Biden, James Biden, and two business associates, in addition to more than a dozen entities. One of them was the Bank of China. Others were institutions or firms in Eastern Europe. So that's sort of bucket number one. Bucket number two is that we've been able to get some insight insight into the individuals who have testified to the grand jury. A source familiar told us that two of Hunter Biden's former business partners who worked with him when his father was vice president were called before the grand jury last year, in addition to a woman who recently settled a paternity suit with Hunter Biden, and she went before the grand jury in February, Elaine.
All right. Catherine Herridge, CBS News senior investigative correspondent. Catherine, thank you.